Dang it, I got the wrong computer. Okay, it look like I'm live. I should have used OBS, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay, I see you can. Let's tell me I can't leave now. Shalom, shalom to all. Can y'all hear and see me? Let me know if you can hear and see me. Let me know if you can hear and see me. Uh-oh. And moderate. Wow. Yeah, wait a minute. Did it not do it? All right. Y'all can hear and see me? All right, all right, all right, all right. Well, shalom, shalom to everybody. I hope everybody doing well on this night. Lala told everybody can hear and see what I'm saying. Let me know one more time that you can hear and see me. Is everything synchronizing up? We are going to give y'all an update about the June 18th conference. Gonna give you an update, let you know what's happening and what's going on with that. We'll answer a few questions, but we will have another update sometime this week. All right. Good, you can hear and see me well. Great. All right. So, just to let everybody know before I bring the secretary in, I want everybody to understand and to know that the Atlanta Conference Center, the place that we was having the conference at, they originally gave us the makeup date of June the 18th through the 21st. That'll be a makeup date. And then a few weeks ago, we had a meeting with them, and everything was going according to schedule. It's just some COVID-19 things that we was going to have in place, like gloves and walking in with masks and different things of that nature, and being 6 feet apart. But what ended up happening is they got word from their superiors that's over them, and also that they had to abide by the guidelines of what the governor was saying, according to how many people can gather. And they told us last Friday that the event that we had planned in June 18th, that we'll no longer be able to do it on that date, because right now, according to the CDC standards or what is put out by the government, they are not allowing more than 25 people to gather, let alone over 700 that was going to gather in our case. So they gave us that news this past Friday on that, that we was not going to be able to move further at this time with that, because this is new to them too. COVID-19, the regulations and all that. None of us planned that to be like that this year. They didn't plan that and put none of that in their bylaws or anything of that nature. So they got to go by the rules of the state and the rules of the governor. So right now of June, the schedule of June the 18th through the 21st, have been canceled until maybe later on in the year, as we get more information that bigger groups can gather together in Atlanta. I'm gonna let the secretary going to come in and give you more information concerning this from technical perspective. All right, you there, sis? So, Dewita?
Family, can you hear me? Am I clear? Hello? Shalom. Let me know if y'all can hear me clearly. Thank you, Miss Angel. Thank you, Pinky. E. Riddick. Thank you, sir. Hey, little sis, Sean. J. Lux. Triple OG. Okay, Songbird, thank y'all. I appreciate it. So, as Passimo was saying, we had conference calls last week with a venue, the Secretary of State, and also the Georgia Convention and Visitors Bureau, people that we talked to. And so with a venue that started out with their Vice President of Operations coming on our Zoom call to let us know that the restrictions are limited to a 25-person group size limit. So that, of course, affects us because we have way more than 25 people coming to this conference. And it's not just our organization, but it's other people who have thousands more than we do. But anything over that 25 per limit group size, they are not allowing to function because of COVID restrictions. And so some of these restrictions include going through COVID checkpoints with the temperature checks, testing, and all this other stuff. And then even furthermore is once we get into our area that we paid to be in, there are further restrictions of being masked, the table settings and the seating requirements having to be 6 feet apart. Family group sizes are limited, which to me is counterproductive and counterintuitive because my pushback on that was you're going to have families that exceed, 5 people. And you're essentially saying that you're just going to break them up and have them sitting, separate and apart from their children or the, parents or however that family dynamic is going to look or that structure is going to be. So we spent, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours going over this information and pushing back and then offering other solutions. It's not fun. It's not final that we cannot have it because they're looking for alternative solutions also. So the week before, the group size was 10. When we had our conference call last week, it was 25. So the hope is that they will relax the group size to at least 250. If we can get to the group size of 250 people, then we will split our conference up into 3 sessions. There'll be a session on day one, a whole concert, movie showing, everything in one day. Then we'll have the second day so that we can accommodate the group size of 250, having everybody who's planning to attend to come in. We are trying to make it right. The venue is trying to make it right. They're even looking at other options that they can do to make us whole. And so we're, in response, turning over every alternative that we can, whether it's another venue, whether it's outside of Georgia. We have so many different options on the table that we are trying to do to make this right for you all and to make you whole and to keep our promises of the movie and the concert, and the fellowship. And then we're holding them accountable because we feel like if they knew much further out in advance that this was going to come to a head or that we wouldn't be able to push forward in June like they initially, pushed our April date out. And I totally get that because nobody saw that coming.
Right.
But to give us a 3 weeks heads up to give everybody opportunity to make travel arrangements or halt their travel arrangements, to me, is pushing it. So our hope is we have another conference call scheduled. We have 2 more scheduled this week. And our hope is on our next update is that we are able to have a representative from the venue explain what the restrictions are imposed on their industry and how it's affecting not just us, but Atlanta as a whole and the tourism industry as a whole and what they're dealing with the Secretary of State and the COVID restrictions and the COVID protocols, because not only are there restrictions, once we get in there, I mean, there is a laundry list of requirements that we have to follow. And my pushback on that is, if we're paying for an area, then we should be able to relax ourselves in that area if we're comfortable with it. If we're not interacting with your staff, and these are just some arguments that went back and forth on the table, but it's our hope that we can get a representative on here to answer some of the questions and concerns that you have, and then let you all hear from their perspective how they're trying to make it right, so that we can have this conference and meet the needs and meet our requisite promises that we put out there to our family at Rebirth. So I'm in the chat. I'm looking at any questions. I see Pinky that just popped up. We're down south. Pinky, sis, sir, I'm not sure. But that's kind of not the topic that we're on about visits right now. So if we could just keep this specific to questions about your travel arrangements, that would be like super appreciative right now. We get, and as far as nobody answers emails, we get hundreds of emails with people asking to visit. Hundreds. Every day. Not just visits, about dreams, about Thor and Iron Man, so this is just, let's just stick to, and I don't mean to be, too firm on that, but I mean, we do have over 25,000 viewers on this channel, so just keep that in mind, that you're not the only email that will come in. And so we all work to get to them when we can, and we try and answer them in order of relevancy and importance. And some stuff, if it's just redundant, we keep it moving. So I'm sorry to go off on that tangent, but let's just keep questions relevant to this, because this is like really, really important. We have been getting a lot of emails about where, if they're going to get updated tickets and what's going on with the venue. And the reason that we haven't done that is because we're in constant contact with the venue and the state of Georgia about what's going on with our conference and how we're going to handle that. So that's what's really important right now. And we just want to be very transparent and let you all know that we're working on it. We're looking at other alternatives. If we have to try and go to another state or somebody's backyard or whatever we have to do, we're going to make this happen. So I'm going to turn this back over to Pastor Mo. I'm in the chat. If you have relevant questions to this, let's go ahead and get those addressed, so that we can put some folks' mind at ease about what is going on and what we are trying to do and what's our game plan.
All right, family. Well, yeah, as of right now, we, as we have these last calls and different ones with the people in at the Atlanta Conference Center, we will make the final decision on what needs to be done overall, as far as based off of what they, put before us. And please believe, everything that you are thinking of now, we done thought about. Everything that you're thinking that could be an option, we had thought about them. We got all these type of things in play and working these things out. So we just have to be patient, because again, nobody seen this coming, and nobody knew that something like this was going to come in the sense of, from a business perspective, was going to come in and shut those things down. So we'll get that information to you. Concerning the movie, don't worry about the movie, in the sense of it'll be on schedule, and we're going to make a final decision overall on the way that we're going to operate with the movie. Everything with the movie is in play. It's on point. I'm excited about it, because I keep seeing more and more portions of it, and that right there is on schedule, no matter what. But we will make a final decision on how we're going to roll everything out, even in a worst case scenario. Even in a worst case scenario, we got a way and already a plan for the movie. But we're not going to put none of that stuff out right now because it's still early. We're still in talking about these things and seeing what we can do. So just stay tuned and be patient. Keep praying. Keep doing the things that you've been doing to consistently push forth the Basora, the vision, and where we're going and direction overall. Keep doing that. Stay tuned when the lives are there. We live on YouTube. When we live on Periscope. When we live on Facebook. Just keep tuning into those things, being a part of those things, and you will get an update. We are going to ask one of the representatives from the Atlanta Conference Center to come and explain and talk about their guidelines, what they're going through too. And the reason we do that is just to be transparent because we know when we do things, and it's like that with us, that we always have to go behind each other and back check each other. So we doing this stuff to be as transparent as we can. And we just want to, for those that has been faithfully following us, have been patient, have not been, complaining or anything, we want to be able to give you an opportunity so we can ease your mind in the sense of having one of them come forth with that. But we're going to still be in discussions. We're still trying to get this thing to happen, but we have already planned out what we would do in a worst case scenario, where the Most High, he's still going to get the glory, still going to get the praise, and the movie will still be finished, finalized, and done. So let's just keep our mind focused on that. Anybody having any questions about what was just said, or the event, or the hotels, or different things of that nature? Because in the end, the Most High, he's in control of everything, and he know what he's doing. So in the end, we're just allowing his way to be made. Because above all, can't nothing stop what he desires to be done, what he allows to be done. So if it's a hold up, then it's his doing for a specific reason. So we have to keep that in mind. We have to let the Most High be the Most High. Ain't no Hasatan and all that type of stuff. The Most High rules in the kingdom of men. You have to allow him to do his thing, especially when you got people that's called according to his purpose. So some of these things you have to allow to play out, and then you'll look back and see, I see the unsearchable riches of wisdom that the Most High has. It's one of them look back things, but you got to get on the other side of it with the right attitude and the right perspective. So let's just keep praying and keep doing what we do. Keep praising, keep blessing the Most High name, keep walking in righteousness, walking in holiness, and just let the Most High be the Most High. Because we didn't live long enough to see when you have roadblocks, it's because he protecting something. So you got to allow him to do his thing, do his will. Hallelujah. So do we got anything else? Any questions of anything else?
I would just like to add something really quickly, if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me, Pastor?
Yeah.
So, family, if you do have questions, go ahead and stick them in the chat, because you may be asking something that's relevant to someone else, or to someone who may come back and look at the update, and view what's going on in the chat. So if you do have a question, don't be shy about asking. Just go ahead and put it out there. So we'll give you a few more minutes to go ahead and address whatever's on your mind regarding the rescheduling of this post-Passover celebration. So we'll probably be into another feast day by the time it rolls around.
Right. Pentecost on the way.
But just go ahead and put it in the chat, and I'll try and get to it as quickly as I can.
Right. I think that says, so we wait till the end of the week for final updates. I think that EOW, that's what that meant. Yeah, just wait from us for the final dates as we discuss things with them. And again, we done went behind what they saying in a sense to check to make sure what they were saying, what they was telling us was right, and come to find out that it was. So in a sense, we are waiting to see what gets opened up, what dates get opened up, and as we find out, you will definitely find out. All right, somebody asked, when is Pentecost date, sir? I tell you what you do, because I don't got it off the top of my head. What you do, we got a video that says Feast Days 2020, and you can just search it, and it got all the dates for the year on it. And I also have, when you look in the description, it has all the dates of the year. So you'll get it that way. Where it should have all the dates of when everything is. So we try to put that out in the beginning of the year, so everybody can have all the dates throughout the year. Also, this is a good time to plug um, Rebirth Austin. They have made a calendar where you can actually get a calendar sent to you of through you patronizing them, of all the feast days throughout the year. Is so beautiful. Well, you got everything. You got every feast day, every new moon, all the names of the days, Hebraically, the names of the year. You have all that. And what you can do in order to get in touch with them, if you want to get in touch with any assembly individually, you go to our website. You go to our website and click on how to contact assemblies, and it should have everybody email address on there. So be looking for that. Be looking for that. And also, we have a new album that's going to be coming out soon. That's going to follow with the movie called Mishpachah. So be looking for that also to come also too. So my wife, she looked like she went and found it. So just to let you know, June 14th is Pentecost. June the 14th is Pentecost. June the 14th. But if you want all the rest of the year, go back to the video that we put in, Feast Days 2020, and it got all the information with all the feast days on it. They said, are hotels shut down as well? No, ain't no question a dumb question now. Is hotels shut down as well? I think that's a question for you, Kim. She said, I believe the hotels have some restrictions too. They have some restrictions too. But once we able to finalize some things, then we can go back with the hotels and things of that nature. But again, we working with how things are now. It's a lot of different industries, business wise, that are have restrictions, and it's the best they can do as far as with different things. So that's just where we at with that overall, and they working with us. They working with us, and we working with them. Well, if okay, look like Kim is handling the question about the donation. No, the 18th is shut down. If you're just checking in, just let you know it's shut down. But if you want, because we finna get off now, you can go back and play the video, and it'll let you know. But right now, it's shut down because of the policies, because of the COVID-19 thing, not allowing more than a certain amount of people to be able to come together. Until they open it up even more, that's where we at right now. So, but you can go back in the video and get the rest of the information with that. There you go. There you go. The Most High in control. We all been excited because I've been wanting to see some of y'all. I've been wanting to see some of y'all and hug on you, love on you. Y'all know when we come together, it'd be an explosion. And the Most High do his thing. You know what I'm saying? So, it's been up and down, but hey, that's how it is. As you flow and as you go in the Most High, you're gonna make sure you learn how to be emotionally stable. Because he's gonna give you some things to try your faith. He's gonna give you some things that's gonna make sure that you really believe in what you say you believe in, and know that all things work together for the good to those that are called according to His purpose. So he got to show you something that it seems like it ain't working, so he can show you even the negative work for his good. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, it keeps us how to stay stable in the Most High and be sure His word, no matter what we see, because we're not moved by the things that are seen. We're moved by the things that are not seen, that which is eternal. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And it's killing that anxiousness. And they say, be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing. So in the end, his way is perfect. That's why I learned to be. Trust in the Most High with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways and let him direct your path. For sure. All right. Well, family, that's that. Be looking for some more updates. We'll come back on probably with one of the CEO or representatives from the Atlanta Conference Center, where we're doing that at, and then they'll give their spiel of what they're seeing on their side, and then we'll let the Most High be the Most High. We'll just keep flowing, ministering, deliverance, all the above, until the time where He can see fit for us to come together. Hallelujah! But we love y'all. We see you soon. Pray that the Most High empower you to prosper in everything that you put your hands to, as you give him your all, give him your ashes that he can give you beauty. But we love you, and we see you soon.
Shalom, fam.
Big bro. Shalom.